This is for the person who needed to hear it today. Not tomorrow, today. God is working in your life. In the silence, He's working. In the delay, He's working. In the detour, He's working. In the waiting, He's working. In the background of every chapter you've called hard, God has been working in your life all along. Receive it, believe it. God is working in your life. I know the season looks like the evidence against it. I know the silence feels like the absence of the care. I know the delay has tested everything you're holding, and the holding has been harder than you'll share with anyone. The private and the costly, the faith that's been the most expensive kind to keep. But I've been sent to tell you what the Spirit is declaring over the person who has woken up this week with the question on their lips: is God still working in the middle of this? Is He still there? God is working in your life. The answer is the always, and the always is the answer to the prayer that asked: are you still here? Are you still moving? Still intentional, still present and aware? God is working in your life. The answer is the always, and the always is the God who's always there. Always working, never stopped. Always present, never gone. Always faithful, always building. God working in your life, always on. God working in your life. In every chapter, every season, every turn. God working in your life, and in your life. In every prayer and every lesson left to learn. In the silence and the waiting and the long. In the forming and the shaping of the strong. God working in your life, and the working is the love that carries on. Always working. God working in your life. In every part. God working in your life. He's working in the relationship that's healing, slowly, imperceptibly, but surely. He's working in the calling that is forming beneath the surface, deeply and securely. He's working in the finances being positioned for the provision that the season will require. He's working in the child that's still not home yet. He's working in the faith that's in the fire of the testing, working in the testing to produce the gold that only testing brings. God working in your life. The evidence is building, and the building is the working of the King, who never takes a day away from working on the story that He authored with your name. God working in your life, the constant and the faithful, and the working God in your life stays the same. Working, never stopped. Always present, never gone. Always faithful, always building. God working in your life, always on. God working in your life. In every chapter, every season, every turn. God working in your life, and in your life. In every prayer and every lesson left to learn. In the silence and the waiting and the long. In the forming and the shaping of the strong. God working in your life, and the working is the love that carries on. God working in your life. In the diagnosis, God working in your life. In the financial heart, God working in your life. In the broken marriage, God working in your life. In the healing scar, God working in your life. In the prodigal's returning, God in the silence. God work in your life, in the waiting, in the heart. God working in your life. He's working now. God working in the background of every chapter you've called hard. God has been working in your life all along. Receive it, believe it. God is working in your life. I know the season looks like the evidence against it. I know the silence feels like the absence of the care. I know the delay has tested everything you're holding, and the holding has been harder than you'll share with anyone. The private and the costly, the faith that's been the most expensive kind to keep. But I've been sent to tell you what the Spirit is declaring over the person who is woken up this week with a question on their lips. Is God still working in the middle of this? Is He still there? God is working in your life. The answer is the always. Look back at where you started and where you're standing. Look at the distance that the faithful God has kept. Look at the seasons that should have been your ending. Look at the nights you barely made it. Look at the steps through the walk-through and the survive-through, and the God who brought you through. Each one is still the same. God didn't bring you this far to leave you now, and the now of your story bears the same faithful name. Oh, the God who brought you through the previous, the God who parted seas is parting yours. God didn't bring you this far to leave you now, and the now is not the last of all the doors He's opening. The God who started walking with you has not reached the limit of the going with. God didn't bring you this far to leave you now, and the now is the continuation of the gift. Oh, this far He didn't leave, this long He kept the faith. God didn't bring you this far to leave you now, and the now is held in the same grace. God didn't bring you this far to leave you now. The track record of His faithfulness says so. Hey, God didn't bring you this far, didn't bring you this far to leave you now, and the leaving of the God of this far, no. He brought you through the last impossible. He'll bring you through the current one in view. God didn't bring you this far to leave you now. God working in your life, He's still working through this far, not leaving. God didn't bring you this far to leave you now. God working in your life this far, He won't leave now. He didn't part the Red Sea to lose you in the desert. He didn't free you from the Egypt just to leave. He didn't carry you through every previous season to abandon you in the one you can't believe. He can bring you through, He will. The God who brought you this far brings you further. God didn't bring the current one in view. God didn't bring you this far to leave you now. God working in your life, He's still working through this far. He won't leave. God working in your life didn't bring you here to leave you now. God working in your life this far, not leaving. God working in your life. Don't quit in the Friday before the Sunday. Don't stop in the Saturday between the cross and the tomb. Don't give up in the in-between of the promise and the arrival. Don't close the door on the about to enter room, because the breakthrough has a particular geography. It lives in the just past the quitting point, and everyone who quit just before the breakthrough is the one who turned around at the appointed moment of the arrival. And I refuse to be that person in my story. I've read too many testimonies of the held on through the impossible to give up now, and there have been too many. Yeah, who received the breakthrough the day after the giving up would have been the day of the received. The breakthrough is closer than you think, and closer than the current season has believed. Closer than the silence says, closer than the delay claims. The breakthrough is closer than you think, and the closer is the God who calls your name. The breakthrough is closer than you think. The answer is already on the way. The breakthrough is closer than you think, and closer means don't give up today. The darkest hour precedes the dawn. It's always so, and the quitting point is nearest to the break. The breakthrough is closer than you think. God working in your life, don't stop for goodness sake. It's closer, it's coming. The breakthrough is closer than you think. God working in your life. The breakthrough is closer than you think. I've watched the prayers of the decade receive their answer in the year that looked the least like the response. In the year that looked the least like the responding was the year that God was working the wants of the faithful in the form. The prayer was being answered in the background of the looked like nothing happening. The breakthrough is closer than you think, and the closer is what God's been carefully fashioning for the moment of the perfect and the ready, for the person and the purpose and the plan. The breakthrough is closer than you think, and God has the breakthrough in His hand. Closer than the silence says, closer than the delay claims. The breakthrough is closer than you think, and the closer is the God who calls your name. working in your life. Don't stop, for goodness sake. Closer than you think, the breakthrough. God working in your life. Don't give up, it's closer. God working in your life. Breakthrough is coming, it's closer. God working in your life. The verse is easy to quote in the comfortable. The verse is harder when the comfortable is gone. But the verse was written from a prison and a shipwreck by a man who earned the right to carry it alone. And Paul said, all things work together for the good. Not some things, the all includes the heart. All things work together for the good of those who love Him. And the all includes the chapter that has left you scarred. The diagnosis, all things. The broken marriage, all things. The failed career, all things. The prodigal still away, all things working toward the good that God has always been arranging for the one who loves the God of all the working. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real, and the reality is worth the every hurting. All things, not some things, all working, not some working. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real, and the real is in the all, not in the hurting. All things work together. The all includes the thing you're going through today. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real, and the working of the all is on its way to the good that God arranged and God intended, the good that God has always been preparing. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real. God working in your life. God is always caring. Oh, all things working. All things work together. The Joseph story is the Romans 8:28. The pit and prison working toward the palace. The all things of the soul and the false in prison working toward the saving. That's the solace of the verse. The all includes the pit. The all includes the prison and the false accused. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real, and the all things of your story will be used for the good that God designed and God intended. The testimony that the all things will produce. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real, and the real of the verse has never been reduced. All things, not some things, all working, not some working. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real, and the real is in the all, not in the hurting. All things work together. The all includes the thing you're going through today. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real, and the working of the all is on its way to the good that God arranged and God intended, the good that God has always been preparing. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real. God working in your life. God is always caring. The hard thing working together. the unexpected, working together. The painful, working together. The confusing, working together. The loss, working together. The delay, working together. The all of it, working together. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real. All things working together. All things working together. It's real. God working in your life. All things work together. All the good, all things, believe it. All things, God working. God working in your life. All things work together. All things work together. All things work together. The all includes the thing you're going through today. All things work together. Romans 8:20 is real. And the working of the all is on its way to the good that God arranged and God intended. The good that God has always been preparing. All things work together. Romans 8:28 is real. God working in your life. God is always caring. All things work together. God working in your life. It's real. God working in your life. All things work together. God working in your life. I've been doing the looking back on purpose lately, tracing the hand of God through every chapter name. And what I find in the looking back is overwhelming. The evidence of a God who was in every frame of the story, even the frames I call the absence, even the frames I labeled as the heart. The hand of God was in the unemployment. The hand of God was in the healed and the scarred. And the gratitude of the trace back is the deepest, the one that comes from the retrospective view. I see the hand of God in every part of my story, and the seeing of the hand changes what I move toward. The faith that is built on the evidence of the God who has been working all along. I see the hand of God in every part of my story, His hand protected the relationship that ended. His hand redirected the diagnosis that arrived. His hand was present through recovery that followed. His hand was perfected in the timing and the people and the provision that arrived in every chapter when I needed most. I see the hand of God in every part of my story, in the hand that was most present in the coast of the hardest was the most visibly faithful, the most undeniable in retrospect. I see the hand of God in every part of my story, and the hand of God is what I most expect to find in every future chapter too, in the hard chapters, His hand, in the good chapters, His hand, in every chapter, His hand. I see the hand of God in every part of my story. I see the hand of God in every part of my story, in the chapters that I love, and the ones I didn't write. I see the hand of God in every part. I see the hand of God in every part of my story, and the hand that held the story held it right. Hey, hey, through every chapter, every season, every turn, the hand of God was present through it all. I see the hand of God every part of my story. God working in your life in every rise and fall. His hand in the beginning, I see it. His hand in the middle, I see it. His hand in the heart, I see it. His hand in the healing, I see it. His hand in the redirect, I see it. His hand in the provision, I see it. His hand in every part, I see it. I see the hand of God in every part of my story. See His hand in my story. His hand, God working in my life. I see the hand of God in every part of my story. Trace it back, His hand, every chapter, His hand, God working in your life. God working in your life. His hand in every part. I see the hand of God in every part of my story, in the chapters that I loved and the ones I didn't write. Hey, I see the hand of God in every part of my story, in the hand that held the story held it right. Hey, 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 through every chapter, every season, every turn, and the hand of God was present through it all. I see the hand of God in every part of my story. God working in your life in every rise and fall. His hand in every part. God working in your life, I see it. Every chapter, God working in your life. His hand in my story. God working in your life. Don't let anyone tell you the waiting is the wasting. The waiting season has a particular kind of work that the moving season cannot do inside the busy. The waiting holds the forming that the rushing tends to shirk. In the waiting, the roots go down past the surface into the depth that the mountaintop demands. And the person who is built through the waiting season is the person who can carry what the promise brings to hands. I've been impatient with the waiting and its silence. I've been measuring the waiting as the lost, but the the most significant of all the seasons of the forming, the character that the calling will require. The waiting season is still a working season, and the working in the waiting makes you higher, not wasted, working, not empty, forming, not lost, being shaped. The waiting season is still a working season, and the shaped is what the waiting has created. The waiting season is still a working season. God is working in the waiting, not away. The waiting season is still a working season, and the work of the waiting is what makes the day of the arriving worth the having waited. The depth that only waiting can produce. The waiting season is still a working season. God working in your life. The waiting has a use. Working in the waiting. The waiting season is still a working season. Working in your life. Waiting season. Still a working season. Abraham waited through the decades for the promise, and the waiting wasn't empty, it was the deep of the faith that would be tested by the very promise that the waiting had been building. It was steep. Oh, the climb of the faith through the long without the visible, and the faith built in the waiting carried him. The waiting season is still a working season, and the working of the waiting filled the brim. Oh, the character that the calling would require to be the father of the nations of the blessed. The waiting season is still a working season, and the working in the waiting makes the rest of the story possible. The waiting faith is the foundation of the more than can be seen. The waiting season is still a working season, and the working in the waiting is the in-between. Not wasted, working, not empty, forming, not lost, being shaped. The waiting season is still a working season, and the shaped is what the waiting has created. The waiting season is still a working season. God is working in the waiting, not away. The waiting season is still a working season, and the work of the waiting is what makes the day of the arriving worth the having waited. The depth that only waiting can produce. The waiting season is still a working season. God working in your life. The waiting has a use. Working in your patience. Waiting season. Working in your depth. Waiting season. Working in your trust. Waiting season. Working in your character. Waiting season. Working in your faith. Waiting season. Working in your roots. Waiting season. Working in everything. Season. The waiting season is still a working season. Still working in the waiting. The waiting, not wasted in the waiting. God working your life. The waiting season is still a working season. Trust the wait. He's working in the season. He's working. He's working. God working in your life. God working in your life, even in the waiting. Oh, the waiting season is still a working season. God is working in the waiting, not away. The waiting season is still a working season. The work of the waiting is what makes God working in your life. The waiting has a use. Waiting seasons, still working. God working in your life. Not wasting, He's working. God working in your life. Waiting season. There's more happening in your story than your eyes report. More movement in the spirit than the natural reveals. There are prayers being answered in the background of your ordinary. There are doors being prepared that the process seals into position, and the position is the arriving. Before you knew the door was what you needed. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet, and the noticing is coming. Already seated in the invisible, the activity of heaven on behalf of the specific person that is you. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet, and the moving that's unnoticed is completely true. In present and in motion and in purpose, and the purpose of the moving will be seen. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet, and the noticing arrives in the between. Moving in the background, God is moving. Moving in the unseen, God is there. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet, and the moving God is moving everywhere. In your story, every layer of your living, God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet, and the noticed is the gift that He is giving when the time is right to show. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet. The answer is already on the way to you. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet, and the moving that you can't see still came through in the conversation that was planted in the background, in the open door that's swinging towards your name. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet. God working in your life, and nothing stays the same. He's moving, you'll notice. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet. He's moving in your life. He's moving, you'll see it. You haven't noticed the protection that surrounded every road you traveled in the last hard year. You haven't noticed the provision that arrived in the form you didn't expect, but found it here. You haven't noticed the angel that was stationed at every entrance of the things you feared the most. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet, and the noticing of the moved would fill the coast of the gratitude, the back counting miracle, the scene in retrospect. That was the present then. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet, and the moving of the God is the constant. Amen. Moving in the background, God is moving. Moving in the unseen, God is there. God is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet, and the moving God is moving everywhere. God is moving. is moving in ways you haven't noticed yet. God working in your life, and nothing stays the same. You haven't noticed, He's already moving. God working in your life, in the background He is moving. God working in your life, moving in ways you haven't noticed. God working in your life. The process is the part nobody celebrates. Nobody posts about the in-between. Nobody frames the waiting and the forming. Nobody shares the unseen parts of the unseen. But the process is where God does His best working, where the character is formed that the calling requires, where the faith is tested past the shallow and the surface, into the deep and the purified by fires of the difficult and the uncertain and the long. And I've been impatient with the process and its pace. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing, and the doing of the God is the most beautiful grace. Of the not yet, the forming and the shaping, the trust that says I don't need to understand. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing, and the doing of God is already planned. The process is the purpose, not the obstacle. The process is the working, not the wait. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing, and the doing of the God is never late. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing in the between and the not yet and the long. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing, and the process is the place where you belong. Right now, in this specific forming season, in this particular chapter of the build. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing. God working in your life. No need for guilt about the pace. Trust the process. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing. God working in your life. Trust the process. He knows. The oak tree doesn't apologize for being a sapling. The sapling is the process of the oak, and the decade of the forming and the rooting is not the failure, it's the strength that won't be broke. When the storm arrives, and the storm will come for everyone who's called to the significant. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing, and the process makes the strong and the magnificent version of the person the assignment needs. The unprocessed version isn't ready for the call. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing, and the process is the grace beneath it all. The process is the purpose, not the obstacle. The process is the working, not the wait. Trust the process. God knows what He's doing, and the doing of the God is never late. Trust He's doing, God working in your life, no need for guilt. Trust the process. God knows, God working in your life, He's working in the process. God knows what He's doing, God working in your life. The season you're in doesn't tell the whole story. The chapter you're reading isn't where it ends. The situation that looks like the ceiling of your living is actually the floor of what God sends next. And the next is always bigger with the faithful, whose trust through the current is the key. God is setting you up for something greater, and the setup is what this season is for. Believe. I watched the setup season from the other side, and what looked like the stuff was the preparing, and the preparing was the God who was positioning for the greater that He'd always been declaring over the story. From before the story started, God is setting you up for something greater, and the greater is already being constructed in the background of your now. As the creator, the setup looks like the struggle, the setup looks like the delay. God is setting you up for something greater, and the greater is already on its way. God is setting you up for something greater. The current season is the setup for the next. God is setting you up for something greater, and the greater is the context of the text of your story. Every heart and every ordinary is the background work of the greater being built. God is setting you up for something greater. God working in your life, no need to wilt. Set up, greater coming. God is setting you up for something greater. God working in your life. He's setting you up for greater. The skills the current season is requiring are the skills the greater season will demand. And the forming of the person through the current is the forming of the person for the plan. Assignment, the bigger and the broader, the more than what you currently can see. God is setting you up for something greater, and the setup is designed specifically for the you that God has always been intended. The you that the setup season is producing. God is setting you up for something greater, and the greater is already introducing itself through the signs of the positioning, the closed doors that make room for the better one. God is setting you up for something greater, and the setting up is already begun. The setup looks like the struggle. The setup looks like the delay. God is setting you something greater. God working in your life. Greater is coming. He's working. God working in your life. Setting you up for greater. God working in your life. The silence doesn't mean he stopped. The delay doesn't mean he forgot your name. The unanswered doesn't mean unheard. And the waiting doesn't mean it's going to stay the same. Because God works in the hidden before the visible. He works in the night before the morning shows. He works in the background of the ordinary. And the background work is the most powerful. He knows. I've watched the answer arrive from the direction I never thought to look. Already prepared in the preparation was the God who was working in the season when I thought no one cared. But he was working quietly and completely, building what the breakthrough would require. God is working even when you can't see it. And the working God is the most faithful and the highest. Not seen, but working. Not felt, but present. Not heard, but building. God is working even when you can't see it. And the unseen work is the most consequent. God is working even when you can't see it. In the silence and the waiting and the slow. God is working even when you can't see it. And the work he's doing only he can show. In his timing and his wisdom and his knowing of the person and the purpose and the plan. God is working even when you can't see it. God working in your life. He has since this began. Working, always working. God is working even when you can't see it. God working in your life. He's working even now. The seed doesn't see the sun while it's germinating. It's underground in the dark and the wet and the weight. But the darkness is the working of the growing, and the breaking of the ground is never late. It's the timing of the seed become the springing of the life that the underground was forming. And God is working even when you can't see it. The underground work is the most quietly performing of the miracle. The invisible before visible, the prayer being answered in the background. God is working even when you can't see it. And the working will be seen when the work is found. Breaking through the surface of the circumstance into the visible, the suddenly appears. God is working even when you can't see it. And the working God has never disappeared. Not seen, but working. Not felt, but present. Not heard, working in your life. You've been looking at the unfinished version, measuring yourself against the not yet done, counting up the gaps between the called and the becoming, and concluding you've already lost or won. The wrong conclusion, the incomplete, is not the failure. The unfinished is the in progress of His hand. And the hand that started something in your story is the same hand that will finish as He planned. Before you knew you needed finishing, He wrote the ending of the work He chose to start. What God started in you, He will finish. And the finishing was always in His heart, not contingent on the quality of your progress, not contingent on the pace of your becoming. What God started in you, He will finish. And the finishing God is always quietly coming. He started it, He finishes, He began, He completes. What God started in you, He will finish. And the between of the begun and the complete says the holding of the faithful God who formed you. And the forming is the finishing in motion. What God started in you, He will finish. And the finishing is His most complete devotion. What God started in you, He will finish. He will finish is the in progress of His grace. What God started in you, He will finish. And in the finishing will put you in the place of everything He called you to before time. Everything, the work in you was always for. What God started in you, He will finish. God working in your life, He won't ignore. The started thing, He finishes. What God started in you, He will finish. God working in your life, He finishes what He starts. The setback is the shaping, not the stopping. The hard season is the forming, not the end. The season where the progress seems reversed is the season God is using, not your bend to breaking. It's the bend toward the better, the forming of the character for the call. What God started in you, He will finish. And the finishing encompasses it all. The incomplete, the struggling, and the stumbling, the seasons of the not quite there yet faith. What God started in you, He will finish. He will finish. And the between of the begun and the complete. So what God started in you, He will finish. The unfinished is the in progress of His grace. What God started in you, He will finish. And the finishing will put you in the place of everything He called you to before time. Everything the work in you was always for what God started in you. He will finish. God working in your life, He won't ignore. Still working in the unfinished calling. Still working the unfinished healing. Still working in the unfinished marriage. Still working in the unfinished feeling of the becoming. He's still finishing what He started before you knew. What God started in you, He will finish. And the finished version, it's coming through. He will finish what He started. Still working in your life. God completes what He begins. What God started in you, He will finish. Trust the process. He finishes. He's working. He finishes in your life. God working in your life. He will finish what God started in you. He will finish what God started in you. He will finish what God started in you. He will finish. Whoa, what God started in you, He will finish. The unfinished is the in progress of His grace. What God started in you, He will finish. And the finishing will put you in the place of everything He called you to before time. Everything the work in you was always for. What God started in you, He will finish. And the finishing God is always quietly coming. You've been looking at the unfinished version, measuring yourself against. You called it the wrong turn. God called it the root. You called it the delay. God called it the prepare. You called it the closed door. God called it the redirect. You called it the lost. God called it the led there. Because there are places on the map of your purpose that only the detour has the road to reach. And the direct path would have bypassed the forming that the detour was specifically designed to teach. I've watched the detours of my story in the looking back, and found a God who engineered every reroute. The job that fell through was the positioning for the better door that opened from that route. The relationship that ended was the clearing of the space for the one that God had planned. The detour was part of God's plan for you, and the plan of God is better than the road you had in hand. Not a mistake, a detour, not a failure, a redirect. The detour was part of God's plan for you, and the plan of God is always the correct course through the map of your particular story. Not the direct, the purposeful and true. The detour was part his plan. Joseph's detour was the pit and then the prison, but the pit and prison were the road to the palace, and the road to the palace ran directly through the detour that the enemy intended. But God recalibrates into the purpose, and the detour of the faithful is the background work of God, positioning the called for the assignment that the direct road would miss. The detour was part of God's plan for all the Josephs and the Ruths and the Elijahs who found themselves on roads they didn't plan to walk. The detour was part of God's plan for you, and the plan is bigger than the detour shot. Not a mistake, a detour, not a failure, a redirect. The detour was part of God's plan for you, and the plan of God is always the correct. The detour was part of God's plan for you. What looked like the wrong road was the right one. The detour was part of God's plan for you, and the plan was better than the one you'd begun. Without the redirect, without the rerouting, without the closed door and the open different one, the detour was part of God's plan for you. God working in your life, the plan is never done. The career detour, God's plan. The relationship detour, God's plan. The health detour, God's plan. The location detour, God's plan. The unexpected detour, God's plan. The closed door detour, God's plan. Every detour in your story, God's plan. The detour was part of God's plan for you, God's plan. The detour, He rerouted for your good, working in you, God's plan. The detour was part of God's plan for you. Trust the detour, God's plan. He's working in your life. The redirect, God's plan. God working in your life. The detour was His plan. Detour's part of God's plan for you. What looked like the wrong road was the right one. The detour was part of God's plan for you, and the plan was better than the one you'd begun. Without the redirect, without the rerouting, without the closed door and the open different one, the detour was part